Good morning. I'm Dr. Linda Larkey, and I am a professor at Arizona State University in the Attune College of Nursing and Health Innovation, and I'm also a senior trainer with the Institute for Integral Qigong and Tai Chi. I am going to share with you some practices this morning that are designed to help you tap into your own creativity. We all have a lot of creation going on inside of us, even that creation that as we get quiet inside helps us to make our own medicine. Today's focus will be on really finding that inner quiet through deep listening, and then discovering the inner impulses that move within us, and then learning to allow that to be expressed outwardly. This practice in the design of experiencing your own creativity within is also meant to generate more and allow more of that in whatever creative endeavors you are involved in your work. And so we begin with this tapping your creativity practice with a warm-up. And this warm-up is designed to get the juices kind of flowing in your body. I'm going to ask that you just put your toe onto the ground and begin to twist your heel around your toe, kind of stretching the muscles, the ligaments all around the ankle area. And notice automatically that your knee gets involved, but make that knee a little bit bigger now. Big round circles with the knee. And while we're at it, notice that your hip gets involved. So now make that hip movement, that rotation of the hip even bigger. So ankle, knee, hip, breathe with the movement. Allow this rotation to bring in the air into your lungs and exhale completely. And then slow that hip motion down and go the other way. Let's take the ankle and go the opposite direction. Whichever way you started, let's go the other way now. And then you get your knee involved. And then make it bigger with your hips rotating. Breathing with the movement. Getting the juices flowing. And then winding that down and step that foot onto the ground. Take the other foot, same thing. Start with the toe, rotate around the toe with the ankle. Breathe with the movement. Be gentle with your body. This isn't a competition. This isn't how far can I stretch? It is where does your body feel comfortable in this rotation, in this movement, and only go that far and stay within your comfort zone. And bigger with the knee and then bigger with the hips. Breathing with the movement. Breathing with each rotation. And then go the other way. Start with the ankle going the opposite direction. And then the knee. Big round circles. Big deep breaths. And then really pull the hips into the action. Nice round circles. Hopefully you find a place to practice that is outdoors in nature, if at all possible. And then wind down the circles down to a stop. Now I'm going to ask that you get one shoulder moving. Big rotation up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Only as far as is comfortable for you. And now get that elbow involved in the circles. Yeah. Getting all the kinks out, getting the juices flowing, getting your circulation going. And then the hand. Move the hand in circles along with the arm. And now let's take it the other way. Shoulder back and forward. Breathe with the movement. Find your own breath within the movement for a nice flowing motion. And then the elbow. And then the hand. And now the other arm. Start with the shoulder up and back. Each part of your body waiting for its turn and then coming into the flow. Now the elbow. And then the hand. Now go the other way, starting with the shoulder coming up and forward. And then the elbow, up and forward. And then the hand, up and forward. Rotating the wrist, whatever direction it wants to go, let it play a little bit, and then keep going with your hands first, and then your shoulders, and then your legs, and then your feet, and then just a little bit of involvement with your head, whatever is comfortable, and begin to use the movements that you just created with each part of your body separately, and begin to put them together into a nice hodgepodge of movement wherever your body wants to go. Let it move, find where it wants to go. This will be the first time that we do this after an exercise. A little later we're going to find where else some of those impulses may come from and find even more variation and creativity in the movement. But for now, just go with the places that we woke up, the places that we rotated and circled, and let your body find where it wants to go within those parameters and then beyond those parameters. Alrighty. Whew. A little bit of shaking it out. Shake out your hands. Just a little gentle shake of your head, like a no, 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 no. And then a yes, 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 yes. And then one foot and knee, and the other foot and knee. Don't shake your shoes off if you don't want to. And then shake your bottom out a little bit. Let those butt cheeks sway in the wind. We're going to take in a long, deep breath as we scoop up from the ground. Inhale, 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 and then let it all out with a blither. 2 more times. Gather up from below. Inhale, 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 inhale. And then let it out with a blither. 1 more time. Gathering up from below, from the earth beneath your feet. Inhale, 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 inhale to the top. Stretch and then let it all out with a blither. Shake out those hands. Now we're going to just stand for a few moments. There's a posture that we can adopt that allows the energy flow up and down your legs, up and down your back, up and down the front and the sides of your body. If you find the position that has your feet flat on the ground, your knees softened, making sure your knees aren't out or in, making sure your hips aren't forward or backward, but that everything is balanced in a place where you feel yourself cradled in the energy of the earth. Same with your shoulders. Let them shake a little bit then, and then let them be draped down like an old sweater on a hanger. Arms dangling by your sides, gently hanging like an old sweater. Maybe just a little bit of puff of air under each arm. Lengthen the spine, holding the chin up but in, so that the chin is up only as a result or a function of the fact that you've lengthened your spine and you're holding your head up, not like a hold, but rather like a gentle tug of gravity from above. And then again, instead of lifting the chin, keeping it up but in. And once you have found this position, the idea is to spend a little time in quiet. And this is the first step of listening to the inner silence of your body, staying within a position that you find the most comfort in. As you breathe in deeply, exhale gently, breathing into a soft belly and exhaling, and using the focus on the breath, gently in and out, into a soft belly, and then letting go. Using that breath to stay your mind, keeping it still, and finding that the quieter you are inside, the more you begin to feel like you. So we're going to be quiet for just a couple of moments here, breathing in and out. And I do want you to let go of any expectations that you will be perfectly comfortable. If you find there's a little itch or a little place that moves, give yourself permission to do that, and then come back to center, come back to the quiet. And wherever you are, there may be sounds around you. And just let those sounds be and let them go. We will be quiet now for a moment. And now, staying with that very quiet inward focus, attending to the silence within, discover how your body feels. Notice if there are any inner impulses, creative sparks that desire to move. And yes, there may be like a shoulder or a knee that is a little cranky and that part wants to move, but also go inside for the place that wants to move because it wants to flow, because it feels good. For some, it may be something around your belly area that you feel needs to move in and out. For some, you may find that your hips are wanting to move in some way or another that expresses what they're feeling inside. For others, there may be some neck movement that wants to release itself, that wants to express itself. For some of you, it may just be your hands wanting to move. Let your hands move as they wish to move. Find that inner impulse and move according to what your body wants to do. I'm going to guess that many of you are at home alone, and so there's nobody to watch what this yields. And that's sometimes a good thing. You don't think about, you're not thinking about, what does this look like? What might people think? This is all about you and finding your own movement from within. And whether you're a professional ballerina or you're Elaine Bennis doing a herky-jerky dance that nobody wants to see, it really doesn't matter. Find where your inner impulse is moving you to create motion and flow. Allow your knees to be soft, maybe even bending into them a little bit as you step or move. Find ways that your hands want to come together and yet then pull apart. And what happens inside of you when you move in these ways? How does it make you feel? And we're going to do this just for another 30 seconds or so. Find your inner movement. Give it a try. One more thing. If it's fast and furious, and that's how you're feeling inside, and that's what's moving through you, do that. If it's very, very quiet and very still, with barely any movement, that's fine too. Don't forget that breathing is part of the process. Breathe the inner silence into the outer creation, the outer expression. And wherever you are in this process, land with your feet about shoulder width apart, hands out to the side. I'm going to ask you to now scoop your hands down, a little bit of a softening of the knees. We're not going to blither this time. This time we're just going to come up to the center and then over to the top and hands out again to the side one more time. Bringing them up to the center. This time, bring your feet together and up to the heart, crossing your heart. And now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will begin in this cross your heart position. We will begin discovering the creativity from the heart, from the mind, and from the earth beneath our feet. Back in a few.